they're recording. Okay guys, yo, what's up, Tyrant here, and I'm going to be doing a breakdown of all the new V-triggers that are coming to Street Fighter V Arcade Edition in January. So let's get straight into it. Kako Fubatsu. While active, press hard punch and hard kick to use Ishin, a technique that counters the opponent's attacks. Upon countering an attack, a shockwave of energy will be released around Ryu. If this shockwave hits the opponent, Ryu will perform a strike attack. Using Ishin, Ryu can counter everything except throws, giving him a highly functional defensive option. The opponent will be vulnerable to additional attacks after the Ishin strike, making for a great opportunity to deal major damage. So this is like, it's kind of like a mix between the parry and the focus attack. But I feel like this might help him. It's still 2 bars, it's not 3 bars, so who knows. We know he did get his Donkey Kick special as well, so maybe you can use that in conjunction with this for more damage. But damage isn't really the problem with Ryu, it's getting the hit, so who knows. Anyway, moving down the list, guys. Chun-Li, Kikosho. Okay, so this is the Kikosho we all know and love. Chun-Li fires a ball of energy from both her hands in this V-trigger. Press hard punch and hard kick to fire another Kikosho. So it acts the same as like what we've seen on the trailer. Ken's Shinryu-Ken and how Colleen's V-trigger works at the moment. You get one, and same as Yuri and, you know, a lot of characters, you get one burst and then you get another one afterwards. For Kikosho, after V-trigger activation, hold down the buttons hard punch and hard kick, and Kikosho will gain guard break properties. Wow, that's scary. The opponent will be vulnerable afterwards, giving Chun-Li an opportunity to deal additional damage. What? That is, and that's a 2-bar V-trigger as well. I feel like Chun-Li, you know, I'm interested to see what other kind of buffs and changes she gets, but this is a nice V-trigger. I feel like this is good for her, because her V-trigger 1 really severely got toned down after Season 1, so this might be a good one for her. Alright, Nash. Stealth Dash. With Stealth Dash, Nash moves forward towards his opponent. During movement, press Punch for Justice Corridor, a strong overhead punch move, or press Kick for Justice Shell, a kick that launches the opponent. Press back for a quick stop, making this V-trigger great for high-speed movement options. Both Justice Corridor and Justice Shell can be cancelled on hit or block, allowing Nash to extend his combos or keep up the pressure on a blocking opponent. However, the same move cannot be cancelled into itself. That sounds scary. So you could technically go... so you could do the kick, the overhead, kick, overhead, technically. Good. I think this is a very good V-trigger for Nash. Yeah, it's 3 bars as well. I feel like that's a great one for him. I'm looking forward to seeing, you know, hopefully Nash will rise from the ashes once again in Season 3. But this is definitely a great V-trigger for him. This one might be a lot more of a solid option if you want. Alright, now my boy, let's go. M. Bison. Alright, M. Bison, Psycho Nightmare. While active, press hard punch and hard kick to perform the Psycho Crusher special move. Okay, so Psycho Crusher's back. I've heard from some sources that it's fully invincible. I don't know if that's true or not, but if it is, then that definitely helps him a lot. Bison also gains Psycho Charge. Press reverse half circle forward to back plus kick to perform a command throw that infuses the opponent with Psycho Power. If an opponent has been hit with Psycho Charge, the Psycho Power infused into them will explode after a set period of time. If the Psycho Charge was successful, the infusion can also be detonated with Psycho Judgment, forward to back, plus kick at your own discretion. Okay. Alright, I see. So he gets a command grab now. I'm not sure if that's a hit grab or a command grab. I saw it on the trailer. It looks like a hit grab. But if it's a legitimate command grab, then I'm actually going to love that. Put your opponent in a +1 situation and then grab. Oh my god, that's going to be so good. Or forcing them to jump and then you can air to air with medium punch. This could be massive for Bison. He was already really good. He was already really solid, but this could be good. And it's get this, guys, it's a 2-bar V-trigger. So this one could actually be dope. And the Psycho Charge thing sounds really sick. Sounds like it's kind of like Black Widow's Sticky Bomb in Marvel Infinite right now. It blows up after a period of time. That's another good option to force the opponent into blocking. This is an amazing V-trigger for Bison. Kami, Delta Ambush. Press hard punch and hard kick for Delta Ambush, where Kami flies towards her opponent. Press forward plus hard punch and hard kick for Delta Step, a quick forward dash. Although there are no move variations from Delta Step, Kami can cancel her normal moves from the dash. Use it in combos or to help her keep up a fast-paced offensive rush. Press kick during Delta Ambush for the downward kick move Reverse Edge, or press punch for the command throw Delta Twist. Alright, so she just gets more offensive options. It's a 3-bar V-trigger as opposed to her 2-bar V-trigger 1. So that's interesting. She just gets more offensive tools. It's going to be interesting to see how fast this is and like if it's invincible, if it goes through projectiles and stuff. Yeah, the Delta Step. I'm pretty sure that's going to have some kind of properties like that because otherwise, what's the point? She can cancel her normal moves from the dash. Oh wow, so she can actually go into like a block string or something like that from that. So Cammy can keep on the pressure. Cammy's always going to be good in this game, I feel, man. Like she's just been buffed every version, and her gameplay style is just too solid. The rushdown is too good in this game, so this might help her become even more scary. Birdie time. When in birdie time, press hard punch and hard kick to perform a new chain attack. Bull swing is a high chain attack and allows for follow-up attacks, while bull capture is a low-hitting chain attack that targets the opponent's feet. Use the directional buttons for the different versions. Okay. The flames Birdie shoots from his mouth on activation have a hitbox, and on hit the opponent can be hit with an additional attack. Also, the low-hitting chain bull capture can interact with the objects Birdie throws on the ground for his V-skill, giving him a unique new approach to the neutral game. So we've seen this on the trailer. He can like throw the can and then do the low chain, and it will like interact with the can and like knock it up and stuff. Maybe he can do that with the banana as well. I haven't seen that yet, but I want to check that out myself. So this one is in fact a 3-bar V-trigger as well, same as his other one. So again, Birdie just seems to have really good options in V-trigger. Like the first V-trigger was amazing. This one as well seems really strong. But yeah, that's an interesting one. Like I feel like it's definitely going to be strong for him. Birdie, I feel, is a very underrated character anyway. Ken, Shinryoken. Shinryoken is a powerful multi-hitting rising Shoryuken. If it hits, rapidly press punch to change the properties of the move. The landing recovery of the max strength version from rapid button presses can be special move cancelled, leading to some very powerful combos. Oh, wow. So this is the Shinryoken from like tons of other Street Fighter games. We've seen it in Third Strike, Street Fighter 4. It's been in a bunch of them. Alpha. And you can cancel the landing frame. So you can do it and then potentially do another EXDP. It's 2 bars as well. 2 bars. That's going to add on some more damage for Ken. I feel like he kind of does okay in the damage department as it is. But this is going to allow for some flashy new combos, I feel. As Ken should have. I feel like he should have a lot of these flashy, nice combos as well. Alright, Nakali, Clouded Mirror. Starting with Arcade Edition, Clouded Mirror is a special move Nakali gains after acting his V-Trigger 1. It is a ranged attack where Nakali jumps at the opponent with a strike. Holding down the buttons to greatly increase the move's strength, Nakali can juggle the opponent after the max strength version hits. Since it has quite a bit of startup, used together with culminated power to avoid having the opponent take advantage of the startup. Okay, that's strange because I thought we were talking about V-Trigger 2s, and it didn't actually tell us what his... It didn't actually tell us what his V-Trigger 2 was. It just says about V-Trigger 1. Looking at the official move list for Nakali in Arcade Edition, it does say he has a V-Trigger 2. It says V-Trigger 1 is called Torrent of Power, and V-Trigger 2 is called Eruption of Power. So, I don't know. I don't know what that means. To be honest, like I feel like just buffing his V-Trigger 1 would be amazing because he's the only character where his V-Trigger doesn't run out. So, giving him an extra tool in V-Trigger is kind of ridiculous because I feel like Nakali is ridiculously strong as it is. But it's strange they chose not to talk about his second V-Trigger here. Vega. Alegrias. While active, press hard punch and hard kick to perform Flash Arch Rosa, which will counter the opponent's attack or perform the counter attack independently with Flash Arc Granat. Forward and plus hard punch and hard kick. Upon landing a successful counter, Vega will counter attack, kicking the opponent up into the air, leaving them vulnerable to additional attacks. Flash Arc Granat is the attack part without the counter. It's good for usage in combos, but keep in mind that Flash Arc Granat cannot counter attacks. So this doesn't feel that useful, to be honest. Just a counter? I don't know, man. I feel like his V-Trigger 1 is definitely stronger than that. How much bar is that? It's only 2 bars, yeah. Like, if it was 3 bars, I'd be kind of concerned, because that does not sound that great. You just get a new move. and a counter. That doesn't sound great. Alright, Armika, steel chair. Or heel turn, as we said it should be called. Nadeshiko will run out from behind Armika and throw a steel chair at the opponent. Hold down the button for Fighting Dirty, where Nadeshiko will run up to the opponent and take 2 swings at them with the steel chair. Steel chair hits multiple times, making it a great tool for combos. As Nadeshiko attacks twice with the steel chair in Fighting Dirty, use it together with Mika's attacks to open up the opponent. Well, assuming you've hit them with that, you've already opened up the opponent, so... Yeah, I don't know, man. This is just going to give Armika new, like, combos and stuff. It's actually a 3-bar one, so it might do a ton of damage, or it might be usable twice. I feel like it's a nice concept, but how useful it's going to be, you know, would people choose it over the first one? Does it come out every time, like V-Trigger 1? Karin, Tenha no Kata. While active, Karin will be able to use her counter move, Yashigeishi Tenchi, by pressing hard punch and hard kick. What Karin does afterwards will change depending on the type of attack she counters. Countering a low move results in Yashigeishi Chi, while other attacks will result in Yashigeishi Ten. Both moves can be cancelled into from the recovery of her special moves and V skill, so Karin can turn situations where she's normally at a disadvantage into her favour. You can actually put them in block stun with her specials and then use it. Like, so if they're mashing buttons, you can actually turn the tides pretty quick. This is her counter move. She always had this in alpha, so it makes sense for the records to be 1 and then the counters to be this. Do you know what? The fact that you can actually use it after special moves is pretty good. You could do like an unsafe special move and then the threat if the parry's there. Like, you could do the unsafe special moves and then in the last frames go into the parry. And depending on the startup of the parry, if it's first frame, then that's amazing for Karin. Because the opponent will go to punish it and then get caught with the parry. So this could be a very, very strong tool, potentially. There's a lot of counter ones as well. Yeah, I read that in the chat. So this is a good one. Definitely a strong V-trigger. And it is... How many bars is it? It's 2 bars. So. Rashid. Asifa. Asifa strengthens Rashid's kick special moves while active. Press hard punch and hard kick to perform Haboob, a wind projectile that has a different trajectory than his whirlwind shot. Asifa strengthens the forward movement and hit properties of the kick special moves, increases range and provides for other strengthening effects. It also increases the jump speed and distance of his front flip and allows Rashid to perform a wall jump after EX Eagle Spike hits, giving him more options in the neutral game and in combos. Yo, this is ridiculous. It's a 2-bar V-trigger. So it turns his whirlwinds into like big ass whirlwinds. And it gives him more mobility options. It basically buffs all of his specials. That is ridiculous. Rashid was already like top 3 in my opinion, but now this V-trigger, it might actually boost him up even more. Zangief, Cossack Muscle. Cossack Muscle changes the properties of Screw Pile Driver and Borscht Dynamite. The effects last until the V-gauge timer runs out, or if one of the aforementioned special moves is successfully hit. Okay, so you activate it, and then once you hit the Borscht Dynamite or this Pile Driver, it goes. In addition to increased damage for the Screw Pile Driver and Borscht Dynamite, increased damage on SPD. Screw Pile Driver can be special move cancelled and will combo, leading to command throw combos that aren't usually possible. What the fuck? This is ridiculous. Holy shit. Zangief. It gives him more damage on SPD and it can be special cancelled. So what? You can do fucking Lariat into SPD? Or does that mean you can do SPD and then something after? How are you going to buff Zangief, by the way? It's only 1 usage, but still, that might be all he needs. If they're increasing the damage on SPD, it already does, like, let's say the hard punch version does what, like 220, 230? This is going to do, what, 300 damage? In a combo? Nah. Fuck Zangief, man. That's ridiculous. It's 2 bars? What the fuck? It's 2 fucking bars. Nah, what the hell, man? I'm scared. Dalsim, Yoga Sansara. Dalsim creates a multi-hit orb of fire in front of him. This V-trigger can also be performed in the air. Wow, that's sick. Hitting their fire orb with Yoga Flame or Yoga Gale will change its properties. So it's kind of like Firebrand in Marvel. Hitting the fire orb with Yoga Flame or Yoga Gale will put it in motion. Its trajectory will differ depending on the move used. The orb will keep moving while it's on screen, and its trajectory can be further changed by hitting it again with Yoga Flame or Yoga Gale. That's really interesting. So he's got moving traps now. So he's like a mix between... That V-Trigger is like a mix between the Firebrand Whirlwind and Doctor Strange. You can actually change how this the Yoga Sansara moves. A new trap to put on the screen, basically, that moves around. Laura, everybody's favourite. Shock Stance. While active, Laura will be able to perform the dodge maneuver Matsuda Sway by pressing Hard Punch and Hard Kick. During Matsuda Sway, press Hard Punch and Hard Kick again to perform the Command Throw Shock Choke. Matsuda Sway dodges non-throw attacks. Press forward with Medium Punch and Medium Kick during Matsuda Sway for a forward dash. Shock Choke can be performed from the dash, so Laura can use this to avoid her opponent's big attacks and close the distance. So this is just another way of her closing the gap. It's just another way for her to avoid neutral. So it's just another way for Laura players to just get out of playing the game, basically. Moving command grab. It's like another version of her EX command grab, basically. It's also worth noting, guys, that her V-Trigger 1 is now 3 bars. Where it was 2 before, it's now 3. And this one, the Shock Stance, is now 2. Well, is 2 bars. So Laura's one kind of helps her in difficult matchups, I guess you could say. It's another way for her to close the gap against sort of, you know, Guile and these kind of characters. Alright, Fang. Koryo Dokuda. Nishikyu and Ryobenda will be strengthened while active. With an increase in hits and the attack hitbox, this improves Fang's ability to restrict his opponent's movements. While active, Nikan Kyaku can be performed from Nishikyu, giving Fang a way to close the distance and open up the opponent in close. Oh, so we can actually do it without meter. So he can do it. He can do the without meter. He can do the fireballs into the command dash. So that's really scary, actually. So it just buffs his moves. It's a 3-bar. His V-Trigger 1, I feel like, is a bit weak, but this one, it might be useful. I need to see it in action, you know. All right, so that's Fang, guys. Moving on. Okay, Alex. Let's see. Rage Boost. While in Rage Boost, Alex will gain the moves Flying DDT, Hard Punch and Hard Kick, and Choke Sleeper, Hard Punch and Hard Kick. Flying DDT is a moving throw that works against standing opponents. In addition to being a surprising mid-range attack, Flying DDT can be cancelled from moves that causes a lot of hit stun, resulting in somewhat long-range combo ability. Choke Sleeper can be performed only after Flash Chop on hit or block, and on hit leaves Alex in close to continue his offensive pressure. Choke Sleeper only hits close range, so be mindful of the range at which the Flash Chop hits. Okay, this might help Alex close the gap somewhat. So the Flying DDT is going to act like Birdie's Dolphin Dive, I guess? Yeah, the return of the Third Strike DDT. Okay, that's kind of nice. Will it help Alex? It's a 2-bar V-Trigger as well. But to be honest, this is the bit that matters the most, the Choke Sleeper. Because it leaves Alex in close to continuous pressure, which he doesn't get off his SPDs. And his EX knee smash. So this is big for Alex. Because I feel like having Oki after his moves is important. Alright, let's go. Ibuki. Ugh. Ibuki will... Okay, Fuma Shuriken. Ibuki will throw a giant Shuriken at the opponent, which comes back after going off screen. Press Hard Punch and Hard Kick for Fuma Shuriken. Haku, which is for use against grounded opponents. And press back plus Hard Punch and Hard Kick for Fuma Shuriken Kokufu, which is angled upward for anti-air usage. Due to the length at which the Shuriken is on screen, it serves to limit the opponent's movements. Ibuki can continue to combo the opponent after hit, and if it's blocked, she can use her Airborne Kunai and Kasumigake to confuse the opponent's attempt to block. Okay, so the Fidget Spinner. This could be really annoying. This is another very strong V-Trigger. This is a 2-bar V-Trigger, so is it a combo extender? Yes, and it's also a mix-up potential move, so it is good. I feel like this is a very good V-Trigger, and for 2 bars, that's actually really solid. So yeah, I'm kind of scared of Ibuki still. So is it only 1 usage though? So it's going to go and come back. Yeah, I don't think she'll get 2 of those. Guile. Knife Edge. Knife Edge is a power-up V-Trigger for Guile's Somersault Kick. The Somersault Kick will create a projectile that can be fired towards the opponent. This projectile can be on screen at the same time as Sonic Boom and Sonic Cross. Wow. While active, Guile will perform 2 iterations of kicks for his EX Somersault Kick. The EX version doesn't have the projectile like the normal version does, but it's good for use in combos and counter attacks. This is sick. That's madness, man. So, so he can have a Sonic Boom on the screen, at the same time as this? Fuck that, man. Garl's going to be scary. And I guess he can just do flash kicks full screen with this active to sort of set up traps and stuff. This is going to be very strong, I feel. 2 bars as well. Urien, Tyrant Pressure. Tyrant Pressure. While active, Urien gains the special move Tyrant Blaze, a multi-hitting tackle attack. Hold down the buttons to charge the move. Urien will have super armor while charging, and charging changes the move properties. While charging, Urien will have super armor, allowing him to absorb an attack. A maximum charge Tyrant Blaze will guard break the opponent and put them into a juggle state. Oh wow. And it forces the opponent to do something, because if he fully charges it, he gets an unblockable into... There's a lot of guard break moves in this Season 3, isn't there? Yeah. Yeah. It is like Third Strike. What was it called? Tyrant Slaughter? So yeah, this is solid for Urien. Like, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be as useful as Aegis Reflector. But it's going to be good nonetheless. Alright, Jury. Here we go. Feng Shui Engine Beta. Jury emits a field around her that drains her opponent's EX gauge, taking it for her own. Oh wow, that's not bad. The roundhouse kick she performs upon activation has a hitbox and draws the opponent in, giving her a good opportunity to absorb the opponent's gauge. The gauge absorption effect is paused while Jury performs a throw and when she is in mid-air, so be sure to think wisely about your fighting methods while this feature is active. Okay. That's whack. That's fucking shit. I'm not gonna... Haven't fully read that. At first it sounds good. That's terrible, because it pauses while in a throw state and while she's airborne. It sounds good, and then you read the rest of it and it's shit. So you have to be close to them. When the fuck are you ever going to be close to them and just standing there? This is actually terrible. They actually... This V-Trigger alone is a nerf. This fucking sucks. It's so bad. Rest in peace, Jury. That was it. That's the nail in the coffin. That's the nail in the coffin. And right, okay, this is why it's so bad. She doesn't have any plus moves, so you're just constantly pressuring them with minus moves, yeah, whilst this is active, and then all of a sudden, oh, it's gone. The only way this could be good is if... Actually, even then it's bad. Like, even if she's getting hit and it's still taking their meter, it's still not very good, because she's taking damage, which is worse than taking meter. So, this fucking sucks. Alright, moving on. Balrog. Everyone's favourite. No Mercy. While active, press hard punch and hard kick for the command throw, B3. What the fuck? They gave Balrog a command grab? If Balrog is having trouble opening his opponent up, which he never fucking does, he will always open you up. This V-Trigger can help improve his offensive abilities while in close. B3 also deals a high amount of stun, so if the opponent already has a lot of stun built up, an active V-Trigger can make them feel pressured. This is the best part. This part right here is the best part ever. If Balrog is having trouble opening his opponent up, if he is, he won't. Why the fuck are they giving him a command grab? Boo, that sucks. That's a 2-bar V-Trigger? And it does a lot of stun. Oi, they better be nerfing Balrog in other ways, because that is retarded. Akuma. Shiretsu Hashi. Using Shiretsu Hashi, Akuma can link together powerful attacks using the V-timer instead of the EX gauge. What the fuck? They buffed this guy as well? Grounded hard punch, hard kick attacks, and each of his special moves can be cancelled into EX special moves. There are many moves he will be able to cancel into the EX special moves, giving him the ability to deal great damage from a number of situations. Oh yeah, because he struggled at that already. This is ridiculous. This is actually ridiculous. He can link his fucking he can link his grounded hard punch and hard kick attacks and each of his special moves into EX moves. Yeah, Manat, it's actually max mode. Akuma gets fucking max mode. That's ridiculous. So he can do crouching hard punch, which is +3 on block, into an EX demon flip. And it doesn't cost him meter. Because it uses the V-timer. What the hell? They actually buffed the good characters. They buffed Balrog and Akuma. Colleen, absolute zero. While active, Colleen's punch attacks and Hailstorm will be strengthened. Additionally, she has a forward dash where she will slide across the floor on a sheet of ice. Whoa, nice. She can also press hard punch and hard kick to perform Frost Edge. During this move, Colleen's attacks will be given dash properties, similar to medium Vanity Step. She can perform the high-speed Frost Edge from her forward dash, and if it hits, press hard punch and hard kick for reverse javelin, which will freeze the opponent and prevent them from recovering stun meter. Wow, that's good. This is definitely good. I feel like this is solid, man. Look at the size of that fucking the Hailstorm. I hope the recovery is buffed as well. And I love the fact that her second V-Trigger can also cause freeze as well. Love it. This is an awesome V-Trigger. I'm very happy with this. Yeah, look how big they are. Blizzaga. Yeah, she gets Blizzaga. Good shit. So I'm very happy with that. Thank you, Capcom. Ed, Enhanced Snatcher. Whilst active, press hard punch and hard kick to perform an enhanced version of the Psycho Snatcher, the Ultra Snatcher. Use the directional buttons to change between the ground and anti-air versions. For Ultra Snatcher, ground, Ed will fly towards the opponent with a strike. On hit, he will be able to combo afterwards, and on block, Ed will be at the advantage. Ultra Snatcher, air, can be used both as an anti-air and in juggle combos. So it's just a buffed up version of his grounded Snatcher move. So this is nice. Like, I don't know if it's going to provide as much mix-up potential as his Ultra 1. His Ultra 1. His V-Trigger 1. I want to see how much damage it does and how useful it's going to be. Because it's 3 bars. Is he going to get 2 or 3 of them? But for 3 bars, it better be damn good. Because it's just a buffed version of his normal one. I don't think that's really worth 3 bars, to be honest. If it's just an improved version of one of his normal moves. It's to be seen, though. It could be super ridiculous. Like, it could leave him like +5 on block. Or like fucking +8 on hit or some shit. Abigail! Hybrid Charge. While active, Abigail will be able to use the powerful tackle move Metro Crash by pressing hard punch and hard kick. It can be strengthened to a 2nd level upon holding down the buttons. Abigail will have hyper armor while charging, letting him absorb multiple hits. However, the charge will be vulnerable to throws and critical arts. Maximum charge Metro Crash will guard break, and Abigail keeps his hyper armor even while moving forward. Alright, so Abigail is kind of still ridiculous. But this is just like it's just a better version of his charged hard punch in V-Trigger 1, right? Because the threat of him having an unblockable attack is already there with his charged hard punch. So I don't know, it's 2 bars. Abigail is already ridiculous, and get this, his first V-Trigger is still 2 bars in Season 3. So I don't know, man. I feel like his V-Trigger 1 is that good that it deserves to be 3 bars. Also, you get one of these properties in his V-Trigger 1, so why would you want to use this one? Alright, everybody's favourite waifu. Manat. Prophecy of Thoth. Prophecy of Thoth surrounds Manat with 6 soul power energy orbs. Use Judgment of Thoth to fire them all at once. After Judgment of Thoth, Manat gets a new set of orbs by pressing hard punch and hard kick. Use a reverse quarter circle down to back with different punch buttons to change the orb's trajectory when firing, for use in controlling the orb opponent's movements, anti-air, and extending combos. So it's just like, from the trailer, I assume it's just a bunch of orbs all at once. It's 2 bars as well. So it's just a different version of her V-Trigger 1, basically. Prophecy of Thought. Thought Ragnarok. You guys are too much. Alright, so is it that useful? It just kind of fires a bunch of projectiles. It fires a bunch of projectiles all at once. Like, is that really more useful than being able to fire them one by one? I don't think so. I think our V-Trigger 1 is better than this. Man like Zeku. Karura Tenzan. Both old and young Zeku share the same V-Trigger. Karura Tenzan. Upon activation, Zeku moves forward with a launcher kick. If it connects, Zeku will switch identities and continue attacking. It has priority against all non-grounded strike attacks, making it highly functional as a counter-attack. Use the direction buttons to determine which side Zeku will land on after the additional attacks, allowing him to switch sides with his opponent. That's pretty nice. Every single one of these new V-Triggers is playable, blah, 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 blah. Alright, so his one is kind of useful. Like, I don't know. I feel like I'm not sure what I prefer, the other one or this one. This is 2 bars as well, so both of his V triggers are 2 gauge. This is pretty good actually. Like the priority against all like aerial strike attacks is really good as like an anti-air. At the moment, we don't even know what he's capable of because he hasn't really been used a lot, but this sounds really good. It sounds good. Seku's is just activation and it's gone. I don't know. He might get 2. It's only 2 bars, so it might just be 1 usage, same as say Vega at the moment or something like that. But that's to be seen. But thank you for checking this out today with me, guys. I really appreciate that. If you did enjoy this video, please be sure to hit the subscribe button down below, and I'll catch you next time.